I would describe the vibe in Manchester as lively, expressive, and full of character. There's an unfiltered authenticity here in Manchester with different people from different cultures. You just get to relate with everyone and anyone.
The art scene and specifically the music scene in the city is really cool. I love all the street art. As a big fan of music, it's great to be able to see my favorite artists, but then also being able to walk into a small venue and being introduced to a really cool band that you never heard before.
There are a lot of things to do in Manchester. Manchester is a combination of both vibrant city and also a peaceful environment.
Manchester really gives you the room to grow professionally. There are a lot of work opportunities here in Manchester. There is always something happening, from music to food festivals. There's literally no dull moments.
We have these little festivals. For example, the Flower Festival, they had all these different installations, and one of them borrowed parts of India where I'm from. That just felt like the people cared about where I was from, and I felt like I was part of something there.
The city lives and breathes football, and that's really cool to experience. It's really cool to be able to see that buzz whenever there's a big game on.
I fell in love with Peel Park the moment I came here. I made a group of friends and we often play cricket in Peel Park. And it's really nice feeling like I belong somewhere.
You are coming into a bold, expressive, and very inclusive city with the nicest people ever.
There are so many great things to do, so many great places to see, and that's really great about Manchester. You can always find a community here.